Hello, 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 everybody. I'm sitting here clicking on stuff too quick, not unmuting myself. Just sitting here, just clicking on stuff. I'm just sitting here clicking on stuff like I'm crazy. I'm just saying clicking on stuff. But I hope everybody is doing well today. I'm just here to talk about Martell. Everybody else done talked about the lawsuit, so not the lawsuit. So I figured I'd give my little 2 cents. My little 2 cents. We're gonna try to give our little 2 cents on it. I know I've seen a few people where they're talking about he filed this based on her name when she was Holt. But from what I'm seeing, I think it's just he refiled and amended counterclaim. So he filed an amended counterclaim to a case that they already had, which is why it's still showing up that her name is Holt. He didn't file a new lawsuit because on this it still shows that she's the plaintiff. So it was a case that they already had that he's filing amended, if that makes sense. Why he is going through all of this? Because he fucking crazy. Martell is nuts at this point. Literally, he is freaking nuts. Baby, that TikTok live, he saw where she had done made all that money, and he felt like, hey, let's stick it to her. Let's go to messing with her. Because even on this, it says first amended counterclaim and petition for rule. Comes now defendant Martell Holt by and through his attorney of record and files this, his first amended. So it's an amended counterclaim to a lawsuit they had already had. And petition for rule. Shoot, I can't see. What is it? Nisi? And in support thereof states as follows. 1. Defendant adopts and incorporates by reference the claim set forth in his original counterclaim and petition for rule Nisi as set forth herein in their entirety. That this court previously ordered in an order dated September 6, 2022, that, and I made my screen go down, so I'm trying to blow it back up, y'all. Y'all gonna have to work with me. I can't see shit. Excuse me, I can't see. I ain't got my glasses. Phone acting crazy. Dang, miss it. Okay. The first thing on here is where he says previously ordered in an order dated September 6, 2022, that there shall be no corporal punishment administered to the children. However, plaintiff continues to physically punish the party's youngest child. No, I don't bit more believe that. He ain't gonna make me believe that. Ain't no way in the hell I'm gonna sit here and believe that. Hi, Lionel. That melody is eating sugar. Ain't nobody gonna make it. It's just not gonna happen because if we look at all the videos and the TikToks and everything that we've heard of how they be doing stuff, what is Sugar Mama doing for her to get some corporal punishment? And I thought the corporal punishment was in relation to Martell anyway. I didn't think it had anything to do with Melody. I think he was the one that couldn't do the corporal punishment because he was having them eat salt and eat soap and punching and beating on them. I thought it was him. I don't recall that being the thing with her. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. I think Martell's just full of shit. Number 3 is that this court ordered on February 28th, 2023, that the father shall have the rights of first refusal for purposes of the parties' edification. If the parties cannot agree, occasional nights with a grandparent shall be considered once per quarter. First right of refusal. He's killing me with this first right of refusal. So he's complaining that the kids, that Ms. Van is getting the kids one night or once per month or whatever the case may be. That don't make sense, because I feel like if the kids are with Mel, she should be able to let the kids go wherever she wants them to go. Just because Miss Van is keeping the kids, that doesn't mean that she needed her to babysit the kids. She could just wanted her kids to see their grandma. Because Miss Van, she still stays in Brundage, I think. And Mel is in Huntsville. That's a nice little distance apart. So it's not like they're seeing her every day, every other day, every week. Because I don't see either one of them going to Brundage every week. I don't see that. Because Mel be in shit, she be doing all kind of stuff. Now Martell stays in Huntsville. His mama stays in Huntsville. They all right there together. So it's easier for Miss Marlene to see the grandkids than it is for me, Miss Van. So Martell just be on some bullshit, y'all. And we got plaintiff is in contempt of this order by allowing the minor children to visit with their grandmother, Vanessa Tracy, at least once a month without giving defendant right of first refusal. I ain't even going through that no more because that's just stupid. Because me and mine, shoot, if my mom was still alive, Mom, you want to watch the kids? Shoot, you want to watch the kids? Come on to watch them. Come on. Shoot, you can get them whenever you want to. And this got to be, a lot having to deal with Martell doing this, because there's really no reason for him to be doing all this. Baby, that dog on TikTok got him in his feelings. He wants some of that TikTok like Tisha said. He wants some of that TikTok money, boo. Plaintiff is further in violation of this order by leaving the minor children in the care of Jason Moore, a man who refers to as her security guard, without giving defendant rights of first refusal. So when are the kids being left with Jason? When are the kids being left with him? Is it when, let's say, everybody getting in the car, they go into the store, Mel runs into the store real quick and leave the kids in the car with Jason because she needed to run in the store real quick and she didn't want everybody with her to hold up? Because you had that time where you trying to go to the store and you trying to rush in there real quick and trying to get all the kids out the car, especially Sugar Mama, might take more time than you want to spend in the store. So by the time everybody get out the car, you could be done ran in the store and ran back out. That's just me and my thoughts, child. But I'm trying to understand, where Jason keeping these kids at. And if he keeping them, how he know he keeping them? How he know? Plaintiff refuses to provide defendant with the grandmother's contact information. Therefore, he has no way to communicate with his children anytime they are with her. Now, I call bullshit because wasn't he the one that bought all the kids' phones, which was why we had this whole debacle a few weeks ago with the phone? Because when the kids come to the house, Mel takes the phones while they're there, and got the message from whoever sent it, Stormy, Coleslaw, the bird, the friend, whoever it was that sent the message, right? So if all the kids have phones, how you don't have a way to contact them? You got 1, 2, 3 phones that you can call if your kids are with their grandmother. And why you want to talk to her anyway? The way you was yelling and screaming up in her face, I wouldn't want to talk to your butt either. Were you even talking to her when y'all were at the tennis match and Destiny was sitting up there? Hey, Miss Van. Hey, Miss Van. Were y'all talking that day? Did you speak? You know she ain't talking to you. You ain't talking to her. The kids have phones. Call them on their phones. What reason did you get them for? If you bought the kids' phones, you bought the phones for them to utilize, for you to call them when you need them, right? Because that's what happened with me when my daughter was with her father and she was at the age where she could have a phone. That's the number I called. I didn't call her daddy for nothing unless it was something that, I actually had to talk to him about. But as far as it related to her, I called my child. And want to talk to him? No way. Says that more routinely places the lives and welfare of the children at risk. Let's see. Because that's what he's talking about. They're letting them drive on city and state highways, right? Now, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly, Martell did a live where the kids were driving ATVs or whatever they were. I don't recall seeing anybody that had any helmets on, and they were riding in those by themselves, because he was sitting up in one by himself. Well, he was sitting in one, and Knox or Maverick or whatever his name was, he was in the one with Martell, and Tank was riding up and down the hills and stuff, and he was talking about then that the kids could drive. Even if I'm not mistaken, there was also one where they were on a golf cart riding on the highway, I guess in the neighborhood, and they were driving. So what's the problem? Because you, out of your mouth, you said the kids could drive. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm from the country myself, and I was taught to drive at an early age, but of course nothing was down there but country roads. But at the same time, folks down there couldn't drive. So I feel like as long as you got somebody that is responsible and they know what they're doing, the kids have to learn how to drive at some point. The longer you take to teach them to drive, the scarier they'll be. Because with my oldest, she didn't want to drive. I was trying to teach her. She didn't want to. She just got to the point now where she done learned. But right now, she's 24 years old. But she didn't want to learn when she was younger. So the youngest one, that's all she wanted to do. She was Mom, you gonna teach me how to drive? Her first time getting behind the wheel, because she wanted to know how to drive so bad. She did better than her sister, considerably. But Martell just trying to find him something to complain about. The plaintiff allows Moore, who is married to another woman, to refer to himself as daddy to their children, in violation of the court's parenting clauses, which have been attached to and incorporated in at least 2 previous orders of this court. Now, I don't believe that. He is not gonna make me believe that Mel got the kids calling the bodyguard, the security daddy. Nope. He can save it. I don't believe it. And I just ain't gonna believe it. Plaintiff allows Moore to spend the night with the children present. Plaintiff also allows Moore to travel with her and the children. Isn't he security? Hello, he is the security guard. He is security wherever she goes. He's supposed to go. He is security. And remember, the reason she even has security is because of you, nut. You're the reason that she even has security, because if it wasn't for you, she wouldn't even have the security for you to pretend like the kid's calling him daddy. If it weren't for you. You are the reason that Jason Moore is in y'all lives right now. You're the reason. And actually, I can't even say he in y'all lives because you ain't supposed to be nowhere around Mel. So you're not even in Mel's life for real. You're in the kid's life, but you ain't in her life for real. I know she wish she never had no kids by you. I know she don't regret her kids, but she probably wish that she had left you where she found you. Now, this is the kicker. Plaintiff and Moore appear. So you going up in here with something that you're perceiving in your head, because according to you, they appear. But you said previously that this man is married. But now you sit here talking about they appear to be engaged in a relationship other than that of an employer-employee. She also allows him to come inside the house. Why? Because you can't come inside the house and stay after the children are asleep. How do you know? She cuddles on the couch with him and he rubs her feet, and they tell each other they love the other via text messages. Additionally, they have been observed kissing in the middle of the night while they thought all of the children were asleep. At least one child has observed this and was very upset that her mother would have a relationship with a married man. Okay. Now, I'm wondering if he's talking about, because Mel likes to say on her lives, or she said a few times on her lives, that how she be exfoliating and doing her body, that she remembers she was on the couch or wherever she was and somebody was rubbing her feet. But she never said who was rubbing her feet or when they were rubbing her feet. But she said she fell asleep and whoever it was still rubbing her feet when she woke up. Now, I'm thinking Martell done sat there and he putting all these lives together. So Jason is in close proximity to her. She talks on her lives about somebody rubbing her feet and she falling asleep while somebody is rubbing her feet. So he assuming it's Jason. So she done threw all that up in there. And now the kids up creeping around the house in the middle of the night, catching her kissing on Jason, rubbing on Jason. If she's saying I love you in a text message, how do you know? How do you know any of this? Because you said out your mouth that, or out of your fingers or through your attorney, that he's there after the kids are asleep. But yet you got one of the kids, which you saying is her, so that only leaves two people, because Sugar Mama is not even in that equation. So we got Sugar Mama out and we got Tank out. So that's going to be between Boss Baby and Mariah, because you said her. So that automatically excluded Tank. So you're saying that they being extremely upset, but which leads me to think Boss Baby, because Boss Baby was the one that got extremely upset when they found Martell with the bird back when, he got caught cheating. However, it's kind of ironic that now you worried about somebody sleeping with a married man, but when you were a married man, you had you a whole girlfriend. So what's good for the gander ain't good for the goose, or what's good for the goose good for the gander, whatever the case may be. However, I refuse to believe that Mel would do that, because for one, she knows how much pain that causes because she went through it. So I refuse to believe that she would intentionally or go out of her way to do something that to another woman that was done to her. I don't see that, because most women, once they've been hurt like that, they're not going to just go out there and do that to another person. They're just not going to do it. Everybody is not like the bird that you ended up going out there screwing up your whole marriage for, and then you ain't even married her. Y'all still sitting around looking like fools, because now the both of you sitting there watching TikTok, seeing how Melody blowing up, and you're like, damn, if I had just stayed with my wife. And then hell, the bird probably wishing you had stayed with her too, because she was getting more from you while you were still married than she is now. Shoot, y'all got life fucked up. Y'all really do. Then we have, then he's talking about a member of the opposite sex, but isn't the bird spending the night with you? Because then Mel said every time, well, that's when y'all were communicating like that, and she was dropping the kids off, or vice versa. Every time she used to come to your house, the bird was over there. So what's the difference now? The plaintiff continues to provide pictures of the minor children to her assistant and her mother. How is she providing pictures to them? Because if Miss Van is there, she can take pictures of her grandkids. Lauren is always there, so she can take pictures of the kids herself. But you're saying that she's providing pictures to them. I don't feel like she's providing pictures to them, because you ain't. Why you got something to say about them having pictures or posting pictures when you had Destiny posted a whole video and it wasn't unsaid? You ain't said nothing about when Destiny posted the kids. You didn't say anything about it when Destiny got all that backlash from everybody talking about what she shouldn't have done. That's when, even when she first started getting the backlash, she was like, that's that man's whole family. That's his whole family now. So she was making, excuses for why she did what she did, but she didn't realize all of the backlash she was going to get, because she got hella backlash behind that. So with that being said, then after she got all that, then she goes to delete the picture or the video. But you ain't had nothing to say when that happened. You ain't had nothing to say when Belinda posted the kids. You ain't, and if Mama Marlene, if she had a Facebook or social media or whatever the case may be, she'll probably be posting them too. But she ain't really popping like that, so she ain't posting nothing. You got, Miss Van, that's, everybody like Miss Van. And you had a lot of people that like Miss Marlene at first, but Miss Marlene got to the point where all she do is uphold you in the bullshit that she do, to the point now folks don't really care for her because she upholds you in your bullshit. She do. And she knows she be wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with my boy. Man, fuck your boy. It says number 11, that the plaintiff, who has decision-making authority over routine medical issues, refuses to provide the children with a pediatrician or primary care physician. The children have to have routine medical checkups. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I feel like he just making up shit. There's a whole different lawyer than what he's had. So every time he goes to file a new motion, he gets a new lawyer. What, you gonna go through every lawyer in Huntsville, Madison County? You telling me ain't none of these lawyers talking to each other to know about this? So ain't nobody look at the case, because this is an amended complaint. So nobody has went back. Every time he go to somebody else, nobody checks the history, because you can pull a court record. So why can't none of the, and it's probably easier for a lawyer to get the court records than anybody. You should be able to go back and pull all these records of what he's talking about, what done transpired over all this time, before you just take these cases, because you need to do your research. And then, oh dude, he done got, a whole conviction for the revenge P, but they calling it harassing communications. But even in that, you got a charge for harassing communications, but you sit here talking about you want somebody's phone number or contact information for what? To harass them? You've been charged with harassing communications. You really think somebody is gonna willingly give you their number outside of coleslaw? I doubt it. And number 12, that the plaintiff continues to take the minor children out of town for extended periods of time during the school year. These trips have no educational or cultural benefit. 2 of the children are struggling academically and are forced to miss school. These trips also force them to miss scheduled sports and cut into defendants' custodial time. So during this recent TikTok live, right after the TikTok live was over, Mel caught a red eye and got back to Alabama in time to get the kids to sleep, wake them up the next morning, and get them to school. So tell me, where did that cut into any time with Martell? And even previously, before even doing these trips, when it was Martell's time to get the kids, Mel said that she would have to keep them another week because he was never ready to get them when it was his time to get them. So now you sitting here talking about she's cutting into your time. She's cutting into sports, because back to the medical physicals and stuff, to play sports, you got to have a physical. So a physical is getting done somewhere. To go to school, you have to have physicals. You got to have your immunizations up to date. You got to have all this stuff. So why? Because from what I'm reading, this lawsuit or this amended complaint is full of a bunch of bullshit and lies. And it came about because Martell sat his ass there on that Sunday and he watched that TikTok live and he watched all that shit get sold out, and he knew that Mel was making bank and he couldn't get none. He wasn't gonna be able to get no parts of it. So now he decided, okay, we're gonna take her to court so I can make her pay my court fees. Because you got that up in here too, where you talking about wherefore premises considered, defendant prays that the honorable court will order the plaintiff Melody Cherie Holt to appear at a time and date to be set by the court to show cause, if any, she may have, why she should not be punished as for a civil and criminal contempt with respect to the matters and things set out herein above. That upon said hearing, the court will find that plaintiff Melody Cherie Holt in contempt of court and will what the hell? Such punishment as this honorable court may deem just and proper. And he wants her to pay his court costs. So so you going to these lawyers, retaining them based off of you're gonna make Melody pay for your court fees. But the last hearing that y'all had, weren't you ordered to pay her court fees? Don't you owe her like $7,000? Aren't you supposed to be doing a psych eval? Don't y'all have a court date coming up? Have you done anything that you're supposed to do? But you sit here steadily trying to go back and forth to court. At some point, these folks just gonna lock your ass up, because all this stuff is just ridiculous, because you blaming her for all of the shit that you did. You ruined your marriage. Y'all been divorced, what, 4 years now? 5, 4, 5, however many years it is. It's been too long for you to still be on this said bullshit. You can't communicate with her because of said bullshit. You can't come to her house because of said bullshit. You can't come around her because of what you've done. But instead of you learning your lesson and trying to go do like you're supposed to do to be this good father that you say you are, you steadily trying to find stuff, find fault, and picking at this lady. Why? Why? She hasn't done anything to you. She don't talk on you. She don't speak on you. She don't bring your name up. She don't sit there and ask the kids what they doing at your house, who at your house, why they at your house. But when them kids get to you, you got to sit there and ask them 1,000,001 questions. Why? Let the kids be kids and enjoy their life. Because you got so many kids that have to grow up so fast. Why are you trying to do that to them? Why? Because you just... Oh, I wish they would lock your ass up. I really do. And I hate to say that, but Martell is irritating to the 10th power. He really is. He needs somebody to slap the taste out of his doggone head. Because it just don't make no sense. It's like he sit there and he look for shit to start. He just look for shit. And the fact that this woman is doing so good in her life and she's elevated so much since she's left you, it bothers you. It just boggles your mind that she has continued to elevate and soar, and you just dwindling and dwindling and dwindling. And it's not going to get better because, for one, you're not owning up to the bullshit that you've done. Because in your mind, everything you've done, you're right. You're right in everything that you do, according to you. See, you want her to follow all the court rules and everything that's being ordered. From what I see, she does. But you don't have to follow anything, any order that they give. Because if you go back to when, y'all were supposed to have set boundaries and stuff, and she had the kids, and you popping up at her house, who does that? And then you trying to get mad because wherever my kids are, I'm going to pop up. You don't just pop up at folks' house. Anything can happen to you popping up at folks' house. You could pop up to her house and her man could have been over there. And then what you was going to do? Look like a fool? Because for one, you shouldn't have been there anyway. And now you can't pop up because you're going to end up in jail. And I hope they consider this motion that y'all just filed as harassment, because you really are looking for stuff that's not there, because you need to move on with your life. Go on and marry the bird. Ain't you been messing with her for the past 20 years? 10, 15, however long y'all been together. Y'all need to go on, get married, and live unhappily ever after. Just sick of Martell and his little bitch. I'm sick of him. It's all about, he said he want the kids, but when it's time to get the kids, he don't want the kids. But anyway, Martell done irritated the shit out of me for the day, for the week. So I'm gonna go find somebody live to get on, not live, to listen in some bushes. But anyway, y'all, that's gonna be it for me and my rant for today. I hope you all have a wonderful and safe night. Please like, comment, subscribe to the channel, drop down in the comments, let me know what you guys think. Outside of that, I hope everyone has an amazing day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.